Red flags, don't ignore them. Marriage is not going to fix any of these problems. Instead, it's just going to amplify them. So, by popular demand, we are going to be going over 5 more conversations
that we had while dating to help us avoid unnecessary plot twists.
Welcome back, everyone. We were absolutely blown away by the incredible response we got from our first video, 4 important dating conversations.
Thank you very much.
Your feedback and your questions have inspired us to dive even deeper today.
If you haven't watched the last video, trust us, you're going to want to after this. Stick around to the end to find out where it is. For those new to the channel, I'm Chenge.
And I'm Pai.
And let's dive right in. Conversation number 1 is long-term goals. Let's be real. You don't just wake up in a perfectly aligned relationship. It takes work. How well do you really know your partner? Where do they see themselves in the next 5 or 10 years? The magic starts when you guys dream together. So ask the questions like, where are we going? Where do we see each other? And most importantly, what are we willing to sacrifice for those shared dreams?
Exactly. Maybe they're dreaming of traveling the world while you're saving up for a mortgage. When we were dating, we had to have some very important conversations. Conversations like, are we going to stay in Canada after graduating, or are we going to pack our bags and go back to Zimbabwe? Are we also going to ban FIFA in the house when we get married? Clearly it wasn't fun. Anywho.
So, if your paths don't align, isn't it better to find out earlier in the relationship rather than 4, 5, 6 years down the line when you've invested so much more?
Point number 2. What you see is what you get. This one's really juicy. Have you ever ignored something small in your partner thinking that it'll change? Spoiler alert. Chances are it'll get bigger.
Here's the truth. The way your partner acts when you're dating is probably how they're gonna act when you're married if you don't address it. So if she takes an hour to dress up for date night now, chances are she's gonna take an hour to dress up for date night when you're married. So the sooner you address it, the better.
An hour is very quick, I might say. And that was very generous.
Okay, hey.
Anyway.
Us 5 minutes. Cha-cha. Pa-pa. Anyway.
And if they leave dirty socks on the floor, those socks might as well just become your roommate.
This is true.
And here's the thing, guys. Red flags don't just disappear. They grow. Someone once told me something very valuable. If you don't like something while you're dating, please address it. Because it's not fair that once you're married, you try to address and change something that was already occurring while you were dating. In our relationship...
I'm not sure what she's going to talk about, so I'll just give an example. The chair in my room, I used to use it to hang my clothes. I'll be honest, right? It was a real sore spot for her. So anyway, she said it early on, and we were able to get through that.
Thank goodness I did. Now the chair is being used as a chair. And look, red flags, don't ignore them. Cheating, being dishonest, abuse, these aren't just red flags. These are deal breakers. Marriage is not going to fix any of these problems. Instead, it's just going to amplify them.
Conversation number 3 is kids. Your family goals need to align so that it doesn't become a point of contention later on. Ask your partner, do you want kids? Do you have an idea of how many kids you want? What are your parenting styles? What do you think of discipline, education, whatever topics that are related to kids? Discuss those so that they don't become surprises later on.
And let's be honest, life doesn't go the way we plan it. What if you face fertility problems? What if your career or your health puts a hold on the timeline? These are things you need to talk about. And I know they're tough questions, but at this point, it's not about getting answers. It's about starting the conversation so that you two are on the same page.
100%. And we both knew we really wanted kids. So if we couldn't have our own kids biologically, the door was always open for the conversation about adoption. So discuss it with your partner so you know where you stand, and that'll help you in the future.
Point number 4 is on love languages. How does your partner feel loved? What's their love language? Is it acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, or gifts? Knowing this is crucial to a successful relationship.
Most people have one primary love language, but you may have a secondary love language too. For Pi, her primary love language is quality time, so date nights were non-negotiable.
And are still non-negotiable.
To this day, my love language is acts of service, so simple things like free back rubs here and there, or letting me have a quick snooze after work and minding the kids. So understand how your partner receives love so you can make sure you give it to them in a way that,
resonates with them. So just remember, people communicate love in different ways. So just take time to learn and speak your partner's love language, and that would change a lot in your relationship. Point number 5 is dealing with the unexpected. Let's face it, life throws a lot of curveballs. Job losses, emergencies, relocation, you name it. The real question here is, how do you face these? Do you face them as a team?
Like when our son was born, he had to spend his first week of life in neonatal ICU. It was seriously stressful for the both of us, but we sat down, we discussed it, and we supported each other through it. And look where we are now.
If we could get through it, so can you. Just have these conversations up front, and you'll be set up for the future.
So there you have it. 5 key conversations that every couple must have. It's not just about avoiding heartbreak, it's about setting up a foundation that lasts. Discuss long-term goals, red flags, kids, love languages, and planning for the unexpected.
Take it from us, these conversations are not just important, they are essential. And if you haven't had them with your partner, it's never too late to start.
If you found this video useful, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you next time.